I think this is going to be short. Famous last words. Oh, if you want, if you're a cat lover, the Japanese are your best bet. They have the best stuff that's cat centric. Oh, 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 oh no! Oh no! Oh, bastard. Not you, cats. All right, we'll go to Mama Peretti left a note on the wall. She said, Sonny, move out to the country. Sergeant O'Leary was walking the. So Billy Joel lived on the same exit, or grew up on the same exit as I lived and grew up on the Long Island Expressway, 495, which is the only real. Well, that's not true. Northern Boulevard and Sunrise Highway, but the only true east-west route on Long Island. And if you know Long Island, it's very long, but not very wide. So it's a big deal. Now, I went north on 49. He went south. He went to where the IKEA mall is now, where the IKEA is in the mall. I think actually the IKEA sits on his old house. But obviously, I was a big Billy Joel fan growing up. So this one is prompted by a comment that I received. And this is going to be a boring video. So, well, do I ever do anything that's really boring? You never, there's always that sense. It's like watching the Walendas. Nobody knows that reference anymore. Perch Baton might. The Walendas were a high wire act, and they were considered exciting because they prided themselves on never working with a net. As a net result of such, pun intended, the Walenda family shrunk despite their prodigious birth rate over the years. Go figure. So last night, take it, take it, take it, take it. Last night, Frau Everett made pasta. I'm sorry, fettuccine savinelli, a recipe she got from Mama Peretti's cookbook. And Mama Peretti was very well endowed. People don't know. She wore a DD cup. Jesus, what we have to go through now. At least if you're a panty waist like I am, and you're afraid of the office because you are 15 pipes, and you may be 8 pipes better than 13, but you are still a coward. Maybe. So the comment I got was, you keep on saying you're an agnostic, but isn't that just a clever way of covering the fact that you're a nihilist, i.e., you don't believe in anything? That's fair. I've never addressed that. The answer is no, but I understand where you're coming from. Every faith has its pitfalls, its trapdoors, its extremes. My beloved Dr. Alan Harrelson, now a proud member of the Catholic Brethren, and probably a very good Catholic at that, and I don't say that with sarcasm, but he has to contend now with some of the more extreme elements, usually associated with Opus Dei, renegade priests in the history of the Catholic Church, and I don't bring this up to denigrate Catholicism, but just as an example, who consecrated their own clergy because of the opposition to Vatican II, etc. Extremes, not the mainstream, not representative, but it's still there. And if you're an agnostic, nihilism certainly is a pitfall because it's easy to slide into that. It's easy to, and I don't know who coined this phrase, the slide into the morass of relativism. Nothing matters. I mean, I'm shaking my head as in I understand it, but no, I don't believe that. So then, the fair question that I haven't answered is, what the fuck are you, fat boy? Well, I do have faith, but it's my faith that I've stitched together over my nearly 60 years. See, I gave my age there. And because I've come up with it, and it's a gumbo, that's the best description, because it's not homogenated. It's got big chunks here and there that you can still pick out. I don't think it qualifies as a faith, capital F, but it is a belief system. It's mine, and I'll briefly share it for what it's worth. It's comprised really of three legs, much as Montesquieu's conception of our federal government. And not the fourth leg, which is bureaucracy, the federal agencies who pass down laws, even though they've never been elected, because of the delegated authority they receive with federal legislation. When Dr. Alan Harrelson waxes eloquent about the Constitution, and really he's coming from the perspective of what is usually referred to as compact theory, which legally is a very tight argument. You have to give it credit. And the reserve clause, specifically, which is in the Ninth Amendment, I believe, if memory serves, that's what he's going after. And he's absolutely right. No one ever gave specifically the EPA legislative approval on the tens of thousands of laws that they've passed down. I'm not saying that what the EPA does is wrong. There was enabling legislation that created the EPA, oddly enough, under a Republican, Richard Nixon. But the scope, if you went back and talked to the senators who approved the EPA legislation, and there's probably still a few around, there would be aghast at what the EPA has become. There's a reason why we haven't built a new oil refinery in the United States for over 50 years now. Drill, baby, drill? No. I mean, yes, but no. I hate that about you, fat boy. You contradict yourself. Get to the fucking point. Okay. Uh, Fracking is a wonderful thing. All the naysayers about how there would be these massive contaminations of groundwater, by and large, no, it hasn't happened. But did you know that almost all of the fracking oil that's produced by the United States, and we're a net exporter now, at least we were until recently. Which one was it? This one. Can't be refined within the United States. Our refineries were set up for a different grade. You know, when you go and get your motor oil, different weights. Than the vast majority of our refineries can handle. And why don't people build refineries in the United States? primarily because of the EPA. I used to print pie cartons for Entenmann's. Well, I didn't print them myself, but I supervised it. And we had a wonderful coating that went on the inside. So if our slurry filling slopped over, first of all, you wouldn't see it when you picked up the pie, but it wouldn't start with that disgusting stain, which is aesthetically unpleasing. But more importantly, it breaks down the structural integrity of the folding carton. So we put FC207 on the inside. You can't get that anymore. Can't make that. You can't. I'm sorry. Forget about making it. You can't use it in the United States. Even in my day, when I was a pup, I was a fat pup, but I was a pup. Those presses in North Wales, Pennsylvania, if you know, you know, they were literally bolted to the floor, so they couldn't be moved because rotogravure was grandfathered in. No rotogravure, and rotogravure is the best method of printing because it literally impregnates the substrate and you fill the hole created with the ink. So you get a natural effect from that you can't replicate with other forms of printing. Now those presses are still around. They're in South Korea. They're in the Philippines. No one ever gave the EPA the authority to do that. And by the way, as a rejoinder to Dr. Harrelson, the cancer that I reference, air quotes around cancer, has spread because most of the regulations that prohibited me from ever wanting to move that business to have competitive bids and move that business to another printer, which there wasn't one because of those regulations. Those regulations came from the state EPA because the state bureaucracy learns from the federal bureaucracy. But I digress. Get back to the fucking point. Okay. Can I get this thing fucking lit properly? Hmm. I don't drive much at night anymore. I used to because I would be coming back from a consulting job and very often I'd drive my own vehicle out there and take an apartment because it's cheaper and nicer than staying in hotels. So I'd have to drive back. I drove back once 16 hours straight from Denver to Asheville. That was fun. But I wore my distance glasses, and this was the pipe, Pippa, I would use. The bad Pippa. Don't do this. Children, don't be like me. Chariot! He's a pipe maker in France. Why? Why? Why did I have to do that? He's made me my pipe. He's shown me pictures of it. I may never get it. Okay. Chris, I'm kidding. Monsieur Harriet, j'apologize. Please have this 3-week-old Brie as my recompensation. Yeah. But this is the pipe that I would use. But I have my glasses on, my distance glasses. So as you can see, I burned the shit out of the front because I couldn't figure out where the hell I was lighting it. But I would stick with this pipe. But it goes with the ensemble today. I got a little blue, if you can tell down there. We'll go with the old Captain Black. Where is it? Captain! Captain! All right. So maybe I'll keep this lit. Get to the fucking. Can you fucking get to the fucking point, you fucking fat piece of shit? I think I've proven this. It's very, very hard. So what the hell are you? Three pillars. Montesquieu. Fuck Montesquieu. Get to the point. Okay, pillar number one. Stoicism. There's a scene that always makes me cry. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. It's a. I think it's put together by a fan, but it's clips from Sir Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk, which I thought was okay, but I digress. And it's a vocal version of Elgar's Nimrod. And there in the scene, you see another Sir Kenneth Branagh. I'll give him the Hebrew pronunciation, who is waiting to meet his fate on the dock when he sees a shtuka coming in to strafe the pier that he's on. And the lone supermarine, no fuel practically left, comes out of nowhere to down the shtuka and save countless number of British soldiers, and then land on the beach and be consigned to his fate as a prisoner of war. Could have gone back to England, certainly acquitted himself well in the battle beforehand. Nope. He was willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. That's stoicism. Endure. Was I always a stoic? No. I mean, I had elements of it in my personality, but why am I a stoic now? And please, if you're my friend, don't give me a comment such as, I feel your pain, keep on keeping on, Robert Crumb. But I digress. I have to digress on this. The documentary Crumb, and I'm a big Errol Morris fan. He didn't do this one. One of the best documentaries out there. The best depiction of mental illness ever, per Dr. Jordan Peterson, who I'll get to in a minute, fellow Jungian. Stoicism. Why? Because I'm sick, and I have been for more than a decade. Again, no pity, fuck pity, which is also a very stoic proposition. I've been in pain for 3 days now. Yes, it waxes and wanes, and I can kill it temporarily, but then I'm loopier than a drunk being rolled out of a Hell's Kitchen bar. Bah! At 4 in the morning, which I saw, by the way. So that alternative is not very tasty. If you're not a stoic, it's damn near impossible to persevere. Where's the light at the end of the tunnel? How the fuck should I know? Now, get away from that for a second. Stoicism has its pitfalls as well. And one of them is right, I think it's, what is it? It's left lobe, sorry. Right here, under my cap. The left frontal lobe. The right frontal lobe, I think I'm getting this right, controls logic, which is the backbone of Stoicism. And logic is a great tool. Logic is the The Phillips screwdriver of humanity. I think I'm making that up, but you can borrow it as long as you give me attribution. And I have to give attribution to at doses of dad whenever I say henceforth. Now it's stuck in my head. Let's get ready to rumble! Doses of dad, great channel. But I digress. Here, all those things in our mind which drive us unknowingly sometimes. You can see it obviously in the mentally ill, where their logic is overwhelmed by psychoses. So you have to, if you're honest, you have to come up with something else, or you have to find something else. And for me, that was Jungianism. I am not a psychologist. I never trained to be, but I am a firm believer in at least one variation of Jungianism. And that very often, if not more often than not, psychology, our psychology, is what drives us. And to me, that's fascinating. It's a never ending New York Times crossword puzzle to figure out, both in yourself and others. So that's two: Stoicism, Jungianism. By the way, Jung was a pipe smoker, not cigars like Freud. What's that cigar masking there, Sigmund? See, that should get me flagged right there. Forget about the fucking horrible. Just horrible. All right, third pillar. Oh, you know, thank you, sir. Still miss you. Oh, over on the other platform, this maker of this, my great friend, is Hamboning. Hamboning. That was fun. Third pillar, stand up guy. And this is strictly from the 516, which is obviously in New York, but not New York as in life in New York. No, fuck you. That's Manhattan. It's not live from New York. Lorne Michaels, you're a Canadian, but fuck you. You're not doing the show from Utica or Syracuse or dropping by on Leatherneck Piper. Leatherneck Piper, great channel. Doesn't do much anymore, unfortunately, but he's a king. You're all kings. He's a great guy. And made, where is it? Right there. Made this. Porch Piper Tom gave it to me, but he made this. Isn't that lovely? And what's great about it is it's big. So I have an XL pub pipe from Peterson, and I'm just cleaning it, and that's where it usually goes. Fits it perfectly, and all the Peterson ones that you can buy on roking hikes, fatwa roking hikes, they don't fit. So fuck it. Oh shit, the ball and chain's coming, so I got to wrap this up because he's gonna mar the proceedings. Stand up guy. So in the 516, where I grew up, there's this whole notion of a stand-up guy. And it's a code of manliness. It's like being a Hemingway code hero. So you don't rat on your friends. You're a man of your word. You say what you mean, unless you're funny like I am. Then you cloak it somewhat. That's obviously psychological. Oh shit, I can hear her. She's coming. I'll have to greet her. Hello. Hello. I'm so glad you're here. I'm on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Do you want to join?
No.
Are you nasty? I think you're nasty. No, you don't have to prove anything. You have to prove something to me, but you don't have to prove something. By the way, I took your paper tray out of Hamas kidnapping status. You're welcome. Thank you. See, she just said it. I'm the best. She's Patty Hearst, but I'm the best. See, there you go. Say it louder. They may not have heard. There you go. Gifts of love, of perpetual love and understanding. So I won't go into the rest of it, but stand up guy. So those are three pillars. I don't think it counts as a faith. It does count as a belief system. You said that already. Okay. And that's it. You're welcome. Find the fucking bug.